If you're sick of your job and you want to go travel the world, quit your job and travel the world. So we are in Vancouver, Washington, and as much as I've traveled, one place I've never been with my bike is the Northwest, where there's nothing but massive concrete bowls, and that's my favorite thing to ride. So it started off like freshman year of college. Two friends and I drove to Texas for a contest, for like an event to go hang out at and stuff. And I was just like, wow, I can't believe we're like driving to Texas right now for just to go ride bikes. And it was like addicting because I was like, oh, where are we gonna sleep? Oh, I don't know, we'll buy a tent and figure it out. Or like we'll sleep in the car or something. And then we'll just bring food so we don't spend any money. And it just made me realize how possible it is to just like get in a car and go on a road trip and just keep everything cheap. Then we just started using bikes as an excuse to go somewhere. Like, oh, like there's a couple good skate parks here, let's go there. And then just like, if the riding time or time in a city is like double the amount of the drive, it's justified. This past summer we went and did it for 3 months straight. We found cheap flights to Copenhagen, Denmark, and we're like, well, let's make sure there's like something to ride there. We found like, we saw one picture of one skate park and we're like, okay, it's justified, and booked the tickets. It was kind of just like, all right, let's just see if we can pull it off. Like just fly to Europe with a tent and make our way around. And we did. First thing we did was walk from the bus station like 3 miles to the skate park. And then there was a local dude there. It's like, oh, where are you guys from? Like, here's some coffee. We're like, welcome to Denmark. And we're like, okay, this is gonna be possible. Like, we're gonna do this. And first couple nights, we were sleeping in a tent in the skate park, and then pack everything up, take it on the bus, move to the next city, do it all again. At no point was I ever like, I regret this. Like I wish I was at home in a bed right now. Because I was like, in 3 hours, we're riding this incredible skate park that we may never get the chance to ride again. You don't remember like how bad the sleep was, you remember like everything in between and how great it was. Kind of just like tested our limits, how far we can go with being homeless in different places around the world. I don't try to glorify things by any means, but it comes off as that, especially with social media. Like, oh, he was in this country yesterday, now he's here. Yeah, but you didn't know, like, I'm posting this photo from a McDonald's Wi-Fi and I slept in the car last night. It just looks like this glamorous, like, oh, how do you afford that? Like, how do you just go overseas for like months at a time? It's like, well, like, you bring a tent, and my parents don't want to hear this, but eat 1 meal a day and you're gonna be fine. Like, you can make it work.
People are looking at us as if they want to give us money, and I'm close to accepting it at this point. We're in front of the grocery store where we bought all of this.
Some would say we're at a low.
We haven't hit rock bottom, we're just close to it.
See, most people go places with the mentality of like, these are the dates we have, this is how much we have to pay. We have to stay at this hotel. We have to eat here, here, and here. And I feel like I get more out of a culture by pedaling around the streets and meeting up with locals, and you don't have that staying at some hotel catered to tourists. See, now this is always the problem because I don't want to leave. We gotta move on. We kind of chose to like work for our friend's company that grew and gave us the option to work at his warehouse and have very flexible hours. Sometimes we're just barely getting by 1 month because there may not be as much work available for us. But the freedom that allowed us with traveling and stuff, it was just so worth it. And like sometimes we'll always like joke around like, I wonder if we'll ever be like financially stable with a house and a family. But for right now, I'm perfectly fine with just sleeping in my car every weekend. And we've had people like comment on our stuff or whatever and say like, I started doing this with my friends because I saw you guys doing it, and I'm like, that's the coolest thing. Like these kids that never thought to like go on a road trip, it showed them like, yeah, you can do it, like it's possible, like just make it happen, then it's worth it. the best advice I can give to someone, to do exactly what you want to do. Because one day you're going to be too old and you're not going to remember like, oh man, remember like in my 20s when I was so financially stable and I comfortably made rent, car payments, and ate well? No, you're going to remember that time that you were sleeping in someone's yard in France. Like, that's what you're going to remember. To just do whatever you want, because one day you're just, that's all that's going to matter in the end is like, the decisions that you made. You got to create your own line, you know, to bring you to that final destination, you know.